What's up, y'all? You know what I'm saying? It's your boy OG Lil Cole.
And I'm Agent Say What with 2 T's.
And this is the Let's Be Real show. Y'all already know how we do. We're going to come bring y'all that information, you know, bring y'all some facts, and also have a good time.
We're here to EIE, educate, inform, and entertain. But before we start today's show, you know we had a party last night.
And I was in clean up in that thing.
I was pretty clean as well. Shout out to Shane Keith, the designer of my outfit. He had me in there with the all white on, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to the Show Me Love team, you know what I'm saying? I had like a new little Show Me Love original on, you know what I'm saying? Got clean on them one time, you know what I'm saying?
And
I had a mic, you know what I'm saying?
I was on the mic too, y'all, and I did pretty good. I think I had the crowd a little rough.
She was cool.
I did pretty good though. I didn't rap or anything like that, but I kept it real. So we want to thank everybody who came out to the event. We had a good time. We had 0 fights, no altercations. But the only thing was that y'all wasn't trying to dance.
Yeah, bro. And I told y'all, bro, don't be coming to the parties not trying to throw that booty. And y'all did, you know what I'm saying? It's okay. It's okay. We're not mad because, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I had a good time.
And I had a great time too. We apologize to the people who were not able to get in, but when we say get there early,
we mean it.
That's what we mean. So stay tuned to Christmas break and see what LBRS got planned for y'all. Just so y'all know. And you want to get into the topic of the day, Cole?
Yeah, we can get into the topic of the day. You know, if you saw the, you know, little acronym, it's STV, and I know it sounds a little nasty, but we're not talking about like anything like diseases or anything like that. STV as in Stop The Violence, because you know, just a lot's been going on in St. Louis, man. And
a whole lot.
It's just a whole lot, and it's kind of sad to even talk about, really. And I feel like, why are we even at this point? You know, like it's we killing each other off faster than, you know, we going to jail. Other races ain't killing us off. We killing each other off. And
it's becoming too well. Before we start, we want to send our condolences to Mario Wallace and his family. He passed away last night, and you know that's what really just moved. What really started this topic, because we killing each other, and that's an issue. And my biggest question is, why are we killing each other? Are we that angry? Is it anger? Is it jealousy? Like, what is the problem? Like, why must black people continue to kill each other? Like, we're doing more killing of each other than whites are killing each other, any other races. And it's just kind of sad that we have to talk about this on the show, violence, and how can we stop it? We need a solution.
And honestly, I think as, you know, as black people, we all, like, I don't want to say we all have it, but majority of our race has that crab and barrel mentality. You know, like if someone else is doing better than you feel like you got to knock them down and go up, you know what I'm saying? Instead of like, hey, bro, you know what I'm saying? I see you do your thing. I see you, boy, do your thing. Bring me along too, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying? Help me out, I help you out. You know, it's not like an even exchange. It's just like, oh, he's ahead of me, so I'm going to knock him down so I can get up to the top, you know? But it's sad, man. Like, heart heavy around here, man.
And it is sad that we're burying our parents. You know, people you went to school with, people that you see walking, just people that you just know. You have to hear that another black person killed them. And my question is that fighting, well, not a question, but the biggest issue is that a fight is no longer a fight anymore. I don't want to fight nobody, because you be so worried that if you fight, or you're going to lose your life after that fight. Because if you lose, that person tries to kill you. Like, why do you feel a need to kill somebody because you lost the fight?
Yeah.
Back in the day, like my daddy said, when they fought, and that was it. Sometimes you shook the dude hand afterwards, but that was it. You lost, you take the L, but now an L is considered the winner's life. Why is that? Why are we killing each other because you lost the fight? Is it an ego thing? Because I think it's more with black males than females. You don't really hear too many females when they get into an altercation or a fight that somebody goes and kills the female. Sometimes.
I mean, it happens as well.
It happens, but it's more higher with black men. Why is that? If you lose a fight, are you angry? Are you embarrassed? Is it that kind of issue?
I don't think it's more. Honestly, I think it's more about like what everybody else is saying around. You know, but like me, I don't really care what people got to say about me. And that's just my personal, you know, my personal thing. I don't really care what people have to say about me. So if I end up taking an L one day, you know, we're gonna keep fighting until I get a W. But after I get a W, we can be friends. You know, I don't really care, like, cause in hindsight, man, things we be fighting about be this big, and like the big world. You know what I'm saying? The little thing we fighting about like that's not gonna be the one thing that's gonna keep us from getting a 6-figure job, or you know what I'm saying? Like things of that nature. Like we fight about the smallest thing. We fight about somebody, hey, man, you said my name the wrong way, so I gotta go handle it. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I do that, but. And another thing, I think dudes are scared to fight nowadays because a lot of people don't know how to fight. And I feel like that goes back to their father not being in their life. Like my pops wasn't in my life, so I had to take a couple L's in the hood for me to, you know what I'm saying, learn how to throw my hands the correct way. You feel what I'm saying? And
a lot of mixed martial arts.
I mean, yeah, I mean that's cool, but
and not everybody, you know, it's just that was just me. And
so it's like, man, you can defend yourself, man, but like people take it to a whole new level when it comes to guns.
But is that defense? I don't even think that's self-defense no more. When you go, but that's not self-defense. Once you lose and then you go get a gun and kill somebody. Now, this thing that really just like kind of grinds my gears is when people always say, "I can't wait to get up out of St. Louis. I can't wait to leave St. Louis. St. Louis dead. St. Louis got too much drama. It ain't for me." But really, when you go to another city, you're gonna be exposed to different crime there too. Violence is a very vague word. Violence isn't strictly murders. Violence can be break-ins. You can go to a city where it's break-ins in your neighborhood every night. You know what I'm saying? Kidnaps. You know, it's so, violence is vague. So it just really just bothers me when people say they got to get out of St. Louis, because I feel like you're trying to run from something that happens all across the world.
Right.
You know, so how you feel about that?
I mean, I tell people all the time. I tell people all the time when they say I want to get out of St. Louis and St. Louis ain't blah, 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 blah. Wherever you go, like say somebody grew up in Atlanta or somebody grew up in Dallas or something of that nature. Like it's the same thing. Like so as soon as they get to a certain age, like, what is it about this place, bro? Like,
exactly. You're going to
so
experience the same issue. I know my cousin was just telling me how in South Carolina, it's a gun pulled out at every party she go to. You know what I'm saying? And that's in South Carolina, and that's a PWI school she's talking about too. So you can't run from reality. Reality is that we're just living in a very wicked world, and things are getting pretty bad. But the biggest question is that what are we gonna do about it? Do you feel like a movement needs to be made? Because there's plenty of non-violence acts. You know, there's a lot of things.
I understand that, man, but honestly, I think it starts with the youth. You know, it starts with these kids. Like these kids, all they see is violence. They want to mimic.
But really, so that means they're looking up to us. So do you feel like we need to be a better example? Because honestly, you never know who's watching you. And I stress this to some of my homeboys, like you never know. Y'all out here doing God knows what. You never know if that little boy next door is looking at you, saying, man, I want to be just like him.
Yeah, I mean, because that's
you gotta be a role model, because people are looking. That's why, you know,
really
female or male.
You know, because I remember, like when I was younger.
Story time with OG.
Story time with OG.
Okay, story time.
Like when I was younger, like my uncles, you know, they were just doing all types of things. I'd be like, wow, I would never do anything like that. But now I sit down with my friends, and it's just so funny that we doing those things. So it's just like, wow, I'm just like a spitting image of my uncle. Because like now that I think about it, I'm just mimicking all the things he used to do. So yeah, it really is like the younger generation does look up to us, and when you got people like Chief Keef and Lil Durk leading the way, that's how it happens.
So you think that they're a bad influence?
I don't want to say they're a bad influence, but they might be the only influence.
So we need more positive people.
I'm not saying we need more positive people. We need.
But if it's not positive, then what is it? Negative.
No, check out what I'm saying. The positive people need to be the popular leaders.
Okay.
But the popular leaders are the negative influences. And that's just how
it is. Like I feel like our generation doesn't want to hear what's positive. Because you get people who rapping about good stuff. Oh, that's lame, that's this. You know what I'm saying? Is there any room for any positivity? Because we're going to drown that with negativity.
I mean, it just depends on who you are, for real. But, you know, we don't know everybody's story, everybody's background, everybody knowing the way they grew up. But
you know what I think a lot of the reason why a lot of violence occurs and a lot of issues, I think it's because people are bored and people don't have jobs. Honestly, with the youth. I'm speaking on the youth part. Because when you're making money, you don't have time to post up on the block. You don't have time to sit around and bother people. Why? Because you're making money. You're going to a job. So I feel like if there were really more available jobs out here for people, a lot of the stuff that happened would not happen.
that's true.
You wouldn't waste your time worrying about what the next man got. You wouldn't be trying to rob nobody because you got it. You wouldn't have to rob somebody for their shoes because you have those shoes. You got enough to buy you them shoes and maybe your homeboy a pair of shoes. Loan him some money for it. You know what I'm saying?
But get a job ain't that easy.
It is not easy.
Especially if you got a felony though. Because a lot of, you know what I'm saying, a lot of these people can't get jobs because they, you know, in the system. You know what I'm saying? So they got to get out how they live.
Right. If you in the system, you got to go through like 3-4 month programs. What you gonna do after that? No, you're gonna hit the block. You're gonna try to get that money up real quick, real fast. You gotta take care of your mama, your kids, your
So
baby
pretty much
mama,
the system
like
is
that.
filling us to fail.
I mean, if that's how you want to put it.
Because
Because when a black man comes out of jail, you gonna sell drugs.
you can't go to the army because they don't accept people with felonies. They used to. Most people when they got out of jail, they went to the army. That was what they did. But now, if you got a felony, you can't go.
Yeah, man, there's not many options. So, hey, y'all, stay out of jail.
And as you guys know, every week I come to y'all with jobs that's hiring in the St. Louis area. Today I got part-time jobs hiring. So, as you guys always know, people may think they too good for McDonald's, but they always hire. They looking for crew members. Every McDonald's is. So if you desperate for some money, McDonald's. Also, Gordon Ridge is hiring sales associates. But if y'all get on at Gordon Ridge, hit me up because I'm trying to redecorate my room at school. So let me know. Target is still hiring. I was at Target this weekend and they need some help because I was in that line for too long. They need some sales associates. So apply at Target ASAP. Also, Gold's Gym is looking for front desk associates. As you guys know, I work at a gym, and working at a gym is the best thing, I think. So Gold's Gym, it's the one on Lindbergh, I believe, and there was a couple other branches hired too. You're going to have to go on goldsgym.com to check out that further. But those are my jobs. You know, we want to thank everybody for watching the show tonight. It wasn't live tonight, but you know we're going to be live again next week on Monday for our season finale. So you know we coming hard for the season finale. August the 4th at 8 o'clock. We going live. Also, man, we just want to say stop the violence in St. Louis. We have way too much talent in the city to be killing each other. Let's bring one another up. Let's bring the city up. But we can't bring each other up by killing each other. You know, we got to stop that. The violence must stop now. STV, bro.
R.I.P. Rio.
Rest in peace. And once again, I'm Asia Say What with 2 T's.
OG Lil Cove, you know what I'm saying? Say Lil Cove, right? You know, every day, all day. One time for the hood, you know.
Shout out to you, City, man. You long live Rio. You